In this video, we're going to be looking at how a PT enters his or her stats for the full day, and just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So here you'll see that we are logged into Colago and we've chosen our location. So to go ahead and enter our stats, we will click on the minutes icon. And of course I have my list of people that I've seen today. We're going to be entering our stats for today, and although our PTAs can copy their schedules forward, for us as PTs, we won't be copying our schedule forward because it's very rare that we'll see the same people from week to week. Our schedule varies a lot more because we're doing mostly assessments with residents, so we rarely see the same people on each visit that we go. So for us, it does take a little bit longer just because we have to enter the residents one by one. So we do that by clicking on the plus, and here you can search by the last name's letter to go ahead and pick up the people that you have reassessed. And every time you want to enter a new one, re-click on that plus. If we just search for somebody with a B last name, if you have another person with a B last name, you don't have to research for B. The B's will still be there. And I'll just come along and pick a few residents. You'll know that this list of residents updates on clicking find when that number changes here. So I'm going to search for, because right now it's got the D last name people. So when I search for the R last name people, you'll see this number change as soon as the R people are there now. Okay, so let's go with that. I think that'll be good for us to get started. And we'll just go in here and see. So, sorry, to add the modality for what we're doing with the resident, you click on the little plus just to the left of their name. And for us, mostly what we're doing are reassessments and initial assessments for the most part. You may see somebody for an equipment adjustment or for an ADP visit or something like that, so I'll show you one of those. And I actually have a couple of initial assessments to enter. So I do suggest going to each of the residents and entering their modalities first, just like we do with the PTAs when they copy forward their schedule. They get the modalities that come forward with it, and that way it's faster to enter the stats. Let me just make this screen a little, oh, I lost my minutes, there we go. I'm working on a Mac, so there we go. We'll keep that, at least it's a little bit closer. All right, so for Joe Black, what I'm going to do, I'm going to enter all of my direct minutes first. I have no teamed or supervised minutes to enter. I didn't see any residents with my PTA. Actually, that could be something that I could show you. Let's say that when we reassessed Joe Black, we wanted to reassess his walking, but we needed our PTA to help us. So what I will sometimes do if I'm entering my stats before my PTA, and my PTA knows this, I will go ahead and enter the walking stats for her, for example, so that I will be sure that the teamed stats get entered correctly. If you're not sure what teamed stats are, there is a Colago video on it, so please go to that, and you can also refer to the Clinical Policy and Procedures Training Manual. There is a write-up and some examples of team minutes, and you can also contact me or support office for more information. So this way I'll show you some team stats here, and we'll have a regular reassessment, a couple of initial assessments, and a Walker ADP visit to enter. Okay, so for Joe Black, I spent 20 minutes reassessing him. And during that 20 minutes, 10 of the minutes were for assessing his walking. And for those 10 minutes assessing his walking, my PTA was with me. So we were teamed up together for 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and enter 10 minutes for direct for her. I'm just going to save this line. When you click the save button here, it saves the stats across this way. Most of the time you're going to be saving your stats beside your name here to save your stats this way. Okay. So again, I spent 20 minutes with the resident, 10 minutes assessing his range of motion, strength, and breathing. And then my PTA came with me and spent 10 minutes with me. So I was there for 10 minutes for walking, 10 minutes for range of motion, strength, and chest, for me being a total of 20 minutes with the resident, and my PTA being there for 10 minutes to help me. So we were teamed up together for 10 minutes, which is why I entered here. Only one of us enters the teamed minutes because we were teamed up for 10 minutes. If my PTA also enters 10 minutes, that means we were teamed up for 10 plus 10 minutes, which is not the case. We were together for 10, not 20 minutes.